Hello everybody, welcome back to From Rhythm to Algorithm. We carry on with our derivation. What is sensorality? Sensorality is essentiality, right? We renormalize logically. If you said, Brad, forget every video you've ever made, what is sensorality? That is the word form where we logically renormalized. Sensorality is essentiality. Again, trying to show this direct iteration of letters. How do we go from a base, sense, to a range, sensorality, or from a range, sensorality, to a base, sense, and showing the stabilized iteration of letters. And so last time we finished up where we had the theorem or relation is that special is related to official. I made a little short video, if you're official, are you special? Again, the questions are rhetorical, just eliciting some concept, some intuition related to two words. Special, official, clearly they're iterations based off of like the front of the word. I want to say a prefix, but it's, right, where's the base in shul? But again, we're showing this direct iteration of the letters. Special, official, you see what I'm saying. Official is essential. Official is certified. What is official to superficial? Right, if someone's superficial, they're not being deep. Right? The opposite of deep is superficial. Right? Surface charge is superficial. Electricity is superficial. Right? Literally the electrons on the surface are the ones moving. Yeah. And again, if I pose a question, the questions themselves are rhetorical. But if you have some more insight, go for it. But again, all of the logic is contained within the letters. We're just trying to pair up the two base words and then show that iteration. Sentiment is tone. Sensorality is tonality. Mood, tone, sentiment, all words pretty used interchangeably. What is seeing to feeling, right? Deep. This double E, seeing, feeling, right? Now physically, those words mean something specific. Again, seeing, vision, eyesight. Feeling, touch, right? Those are our two senses. You can see things or you can touch things. But then you can't actually touch things, but everything's connected, but nothing is actually touching because of the electric charge, which is everything. And so linguistically, again, we can see that differentiation clearly of just being consonants. The F and the L versus the S. Feeling, fleeting. Verse, serve, reserve. What is serving to reserving? I go to a restaurant and I reserve a table. I'm saving that table for me. I'm reserving it. Senses, reserves. Reserves are stores, right? If I have a reservoir, if I have a reserve of capital, right? I have a store. And again, store is sore, sensor with a T. What is restoring to reserving? Reservation to restoration. If you restore something, you bring it back to a previous form. If you reserve something, you're holding it, you're saving it. What is inversion and opposition to equation? And so now we can kind of, again, logically approach dimensionless analysis, complete logical analysis outside of an equation sign through this inversion opposition process, which we've already done, speciality with an ITY, that's already done, to equation. When I say this is that, 1 + 1 = 2. Or if you're Terrence Howard, 1 × 1 = 2. But the equation sign, again, is establishment of identity. This is that. These pieces, 1 + 1 = this whole 2. But that is the logical words that are like different from dimensionless analysis, then making it specific enough to be an equation. Dimensional analysis is this process, this function difference of inversion, opposition, and then you produce equation. But equation is identification. Asymmetric is incongruent. Congruence matches. Sensorality is gruality. Sensorality is grueling. Adversity is grueling. Grueling is arduous. Arduous, sensuous, sensuous. And all sensuous is another form of the word, sensuous. That kind of gets out there. Sensorily is another form of this word that gets out there. Clearly you can see the different parts of this word family. Sense, our base, sensorality, our range, sensorily, censorship, sensation, sexuality, sensuality, all of those words, we're showing that word family's complete iteration. Sensorality is arduosity. Sensorality is hard. Hard is arduous. That's a natural definition. Again, look at the word. Hard, ard, that A-R-D, that's from arduous. And so that is a natural definition. And then arduous, sensorous, sensorality is sonorous, like sonar, sonorous. What is definition to differentiation? We're trying to stabilize the definition of sensorality. Here is the unique iteration of letters that shows what this word means, naturally. It's defined not by me, not by you, by the emergence of language in general. And so we're differentiating, we're making things more specific to stabilize definition. And so differentiation is proportional to definition. The more you can say this is unique, everything is a thing, but this is a notebook, this is a sweatshirt, this is a microphone, right? We're differentiating to define. Definition differentiates, derivation defines. When we're saying we're pulling down, we're synthesizing all of this information, we're making things more specific, right? It is what it is the form of all solutions. And we're making that logical form, that sentence, more specific. Sensorality is sensed. So now again, this present tense, past tense, future tense, just throw that shit away entirely. There's some sort of completed aspect of syllability, some structure of language that's complete, that's set in the past, that can't ever change. And we see that with sensed, right? The past tense of sense is sensed. With a D, right? D and T are typically ending phonetics, consonants. And so sensed is denses, literally, naturally direct iteration, right? If you take the word sensed, you can write the word denses. You use all of the letters completely and uniquely. Sensorality denses. Sensorality is sensidality. Sensorality is sidality. Again, taking that sensed and then just adding ality at the end. Sensorality is sidality. Sensorality sedates. Sedation limits consciousness. Consciousness is awareness. Sensation is feeling. How do we go from consciousness from feeling? Right? Sensation is more basic than consciousness. Intuitively, when you think consciousness, right, you think awareness. Again, I'm showing you these unique words are operative. Like these are the words everybody thinks. But what is consciousness to sentience? Right? Sentience is the base of consciousness. If you can't feel things, feeling produced awareness. And then official is formal, right? Formal. And so again, getting back to the beginning, essentiality is officiality. Official is formal. What is of to off, right? Get off the dock. Get off my lawn. Hey, you kids, get off my lawn. Michael Drake at OSU. Hey, Brad, get out of my building, right? Because the opposite of in is out. And the opposite of on is off. But linguistically, we're at the question, what is of to off, right? Because if you say baguette du pain, right, that is a baguette. If you just say baguette, that means stick. And so de, of, from. Off, of or off, right? Again, it's just showing you the conceptual closeness. The linguistic closeness is obvious. But right, if you say of something or off of something, you're getting similar. And again, I'm just showing you all of this derivation is in order. And so these are the questions that arise for this completeness of derivation. That is what I have for you today. Thank you for watching. My rights continue to be violated. It's so profound that I just don't bog down every single video saying it all of the time. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.